What's up guys, ShinyHunterDestroyer here and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Journeys anime discussion video. Today we'll be talking about episode 76, which is titled Full Power Alola Deserted Island Race. We're back in Alola today in what seems like forever, which of course is a big thing in Journeys, so let's get to it, shall we? This episode starts off with Go talking about the catching race in Alola that is soon to be taking place, and it is decided that Ash and Go would participate as a team. Upon arriving in Alola, the two boys meet Zen and Ryoku, also known as the Zen-Ryoku brothers, who acknowledge Ash's status in the Alola region as the Alolan champion. This is Go's first time hearing it, and he's amazed. The brothers are psyched to meet Ash and are wanting to win this race to beat this champion, and with that, the race is about to begin. With the race introduced by Anna, the race begins with a prize of a year's supply of malasadas on the line. The race consists of getting to specific checkpoints, and to get past those, you have to catch certain Pokemon, and, you know, like I said, the catching race. The first Pokemon is an Alolan Geodude. With the help of Go's Boldore and Grookey, Ash and Go are able to find a Geodude and get up to the first checkpoint, close behind the Zen-Ryoku brothers. Waiting on the trail is Team Rocket, who start to remember their Pokemon living in the Alola region. They decide together to check up on them after they finish this operation with Ash and Go. Climbing up further, the brothers face a boulder and try to take it down with a Z-move with their Komodo. But the Z-move doesn't get pulled off correctly. Instead, Go's Boulder is able to take the boulder out, and they move on to the next Pokemon to catch. This Pokemon would be a Bruxish. Ash and Go find a Bruxish swiftly using Lucario's aura to look in the water. After a battle with Go's Pyukumuku, Bruxish is caught. Their efficiency here allows them to pass the next checkpoint before the Zen-Ryoku brothers did. Speaking about being efficient, the Zen-Ryoku brothers just weren't, as they failed to use the Z-move once again, leaving them behind Ash and Go. Ash, though, gives the brothers tips on pulling off Z-moves. The last Pokemon to catch would be a Passimian. Pikachu hits a berry Ash's way, remembering their time in Alola playing catch with Passimian. Knowing this, they were able to lure Passimian their way to be caught, until Team Rocket came from behind the bushes and went to catch them instead. All the Pokemon seemed to be in a pinch since Team Rocket was able to lay a sleep powder, but just in time, the Zen-Ryoku brothers arrive. They managed to pull off their Z-move using the tips Ash gave them before and blast Team Rocket away. With the Pokemon saved, it's time to catch Passimian and get their butts down to the finish line, and with that, the two teams are neck and neck up until the end. In the end, Ash and Go cross the finish line first and are victorious. They win the trophy of this race, but in second place, the Zen-Ryoku brothers win the year's supply of malasadas for protecting the race against Team Rocket. Speaking about Team Rocket, they get blasted off right where things ended off before. They ended up blasted off to where Marini, Mimikyu, and the rest of their Alola gang was. And yes, Beware was there too. With a group hug from Beware, they finally were able to see their Alolamons again. Before this episode ended, we say farewell to the fanboy brothers that were fanboying over Ash, and Ash gets a notification for the Pokemon World Championships, a hyperclass notification about a battle scheduled for the next week against trainer rank 27, Volkner. And with that, the episode comes to an end. What an episode. That really opened up new possibilities for next episodes. I mean, mostly that hyperclass notification, but jeez, this episode actually did something so well, so let's get into it. First off, little continuity things like Anna being the game broadcaster was nice. Love seeing that. Of course, there's the Passimian catching thing. That was a nice callback. And of course, I can't forget about Ash being revealed as the Alola champion in this episode, and I think they pulled it off pretty well. I mean, it took a while, but this episode showed how important Alola is to Ash in my mind. Teaching the up-and-coming trainers about how to pull off a Z-move and how important it is to be one with your Pokemon. That's some Alola talk right there, and from none other than the Alola champion. And it shows what Ash is representing in the Pokemon World Championship to me. We didn't get this till the Hyperclass, where the battles will be more intense than ever, right? You gotta have something to represent. That's what makes this episode so important. It gives something for Ash to represent in the Hyperclass, wearing his Z-Ring against Volkner next episode. And Go's reaction. I've seen people not satisfied with Go's reaction, but come on. Go probably sees Ash as some amazing dude. Was winning the Alola League that new to him? Okay, but for real, Go's reaction was satisfactory in my opinion, and Go's reaction isn't the reason why that reveal was important. That's why it's not too big to me that he got amazed and just left it at that. The other people amazed this episode were the Zenryoku brothers, obviously, who really helped show why the Alolan champion is the Alolan champion. Also, them fanboying over Ash was actually perfect. Champions are usually somewhat of an inspiration to people, and of course Ash would be that too, since he fits that category. And them mastering that Z move did this episode really well to put it all together. It was just a great moment in the episode that grew the brothers a lot and gave a lot of satisfaction to the episode, going from one end to the Z move spectrum to the other. But after that, my favorite, or maybe second favorite part of this episode, I can't decide between this and the hyperclass notification, is Team Rocket. That first scene where they talked about their Alolamons, the expression Jessie wore, the line delivery, James thinking about the Pokemon, them all just thinking about the Alolamons. Oh my gosh, I got chills. Why? Because just a simple minute-long interaction with each other showed that Sun and Moon Team Rocket is still here and still loving these Pokemon. And when they did finally reunite with their old mons, nothing changed, which I'm glad about. I think seeing Jessie and Mimikyu in particular meet back was emotional. James and Marini too, but there was something about that reunion with Mimikyu that touched my heart. And then Beware over there crushed my heart. Literally. Man, that reunion was perfect. Team Rocket is awesome, guys. We should talk about them more. Okay, one more thing before this video ends. The hyperclass notification Ash received from the Pokemon World Championships. First off, the idea of having hyperclass battles scheduled is amazing. Why? Well, it allows for build up to the next episode, and I hope they use it for that, like they did for the end of this episode. Instead of starting the episode with hyperclass battle notification, and then time skip, and then battle starts. Doing this even in the episode before allows for some stellar build up. And what it could lead to is more focused training, because now Ash knows who he's going to be up against around a week in advance. And since Ash has traveled the world, he probably knows almost everybody he's about to face in that hyperclass. He might know some tactics that the trainer will use, and this allows for surprise if Ash goes in and doesn't see what he expects. The hyperclass has a whole bunch of potential. I'm excited for it. But overall, this episode did a great job. The writing of this episode was fun and had lots of meaning to it. That's really what's most important. They pulled it off well with Team Rocket seeing their mons. Even the Zenryoku brothers were written well, and on top of that, the Alola champions participants in the hyperclass has officially been announced to start. Are you guys ready? And that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any lingering thoughts on this episode, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you to everybody who's become a member. I really appreciate all the support, new and old. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.